all the Acharya Purushas descended from an eternal world. And they did a revolution. Adi Shankara Bhagavad revolutionary. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya revolutionary. Madhvacharya revolutionary. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revolutionary. Because only Avatara Purushas can bring in revolution. And they will bring a benign revolution. Our Adi Shankara Bhagavad built an intellectual fence to protect our Sanatana Dharma. So that we people being inside the fence can, without any problem, without any obstacles or without any attack from others, can enjoy our Sanatana Dharma's practices. But then there were a few misplaced, zealous zeal, with zeal pandits, who went on catching only the intellectual aspect of it. And they started shouting, Jagat Mithya, Nama Mithya, Rupa Mithya, only Adaram Satyam, Brahmam Satyam. These are not Mahatmas I'm talking about, some pandits. And they started developing Raga and Dvesha. Their so-called misplaced zeal, which is obviously half-baked knowledge, because Adi Shankara Bhagavad never meant that way, went up to Mithya solli, your name is Mithya, your Rupam is Mithya, okay. Slowly they went up to Krishna Namam Mithya, Krishna Rupam Mithya, Rupa worshipping the form of Krishna Mithya, temple worship Mithya, Bhakti is for fools. Those who cannot do any debate, those who can't do any vichara, for them only there is Bhakti. And if you are a little intellectual, don't waste your time in Bhakti. They started doing Dushprachara like that. And there was no counter argument, and Bhaktas suffered. They cried. They all cried to Bhagavan saying, who will come and silence these people? And their prayers reached up to the ears of Vaikuntapati, and time for another Acharya Purusha to bring in balance. You see, all the Acharya Purushas descended from an eternal world. And they did a revolution. Adi Shankara Bhagavad revolutionary. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya revolutionary. Madhvacharya revolutionary. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revolutionary. Because only Avatara Purushas can bring in revolution. And they will bring a benign revolution, not a very bloodbath revolution, you see. A revolution which really adds value to the spiritual society they will do now. And it was the year 1017, and that's when our Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's descent happened. The very embodiment of Anantalvar, the very embodiment of Lakshmana Muni, or our Lakshmana Swami, the one who came as Lakshmana Swami, the one who came as Balramji, also came down as our Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. Bhagavad Ramanujacharya's genius is he saw that people needed to have a strong philosophy of divinity, which is again in line with Vedas, but it should not bring again a thought that even the name and form of Bhagavan is Mithya. Only one who is there can only correct it. So he came from the eternal world of Vaikuntha to make sure this was established well. And then he did something very, very unique. In Vedas, there are portion of the Vedas which says only one exists. There is no difference at all. It's called Abheda Shruti. Abheda means no difference. Between Jiva and Ishvara, no difference. But then there is also a lot of portions in Vedas which talks about absolute difference also, Veda. And the one which is enjoyed is different. One who enjoys is different. But the one who actually controls these two is called Ishvara. Abhin Veda Shruti. Ramanujacharya said, when there are portions of the Vedas which talks about absolute unity, and there are portions of the Vedas which talks about Vedam, there is difference in it. Now, I can't say, I shall only take this and not take that. I can't say I shall take this only and not take that. And Bhagavad Ramanujacharya took what is called as the Gataka Smriti. Gataka Shruti, that which bridges these two. And the beauty of those Shruti is, it talks about that Atma Shariram Ya Atmanam Antaro Yamayati Sata Atma Antaryami Amritaha. There is something called Antaryami Brahmanam. Beauty. It says, Bhagavan is your inner controller, he is yourself, and you are like a Sariram to Bhagavan. You see, it's called Antaryami. Antaryamina, Bhagavan is the inner control of Prithvi. Bhagavan is the inner controller of Jagat. Bhagavan is the inner controller of all jivas. And yeah, Atmani Tishtanne. It says Bhagavan is inside all the Atma. Yat Prithivyam Tishtanne. He is an inner controller of all these, you see, Jagat. So now Ramanujacharya did something very interesting. He said, this Prithvi, which is Achit, that which is insentient, which is the world, universe, Jagat, etc., has Bhagavan as his inner controller. And all the jivas have Parameshwara or Ishvara as his inner controller. So I can bridge Bedam, which is difference, Abedam, which is non-difference, using Antaryami as a bridge. So when you say, I want you to come to my home, we don't say, you only come, your body should not come. We don't separate these two. The body and the soul seem to be always working together. Na? So when you say you came there, along with you as a jiva, your body also comes along. You see? And so he made jiva and Jagat as the sariram of Brahman. Beautiful. Neither did he totally annul Advaita, nor did he totally embrace Dvaita. What he did was, using this inner controller Shruti, he bridged these two, and then he said, jivas and Jagat is the sarira of Brahma. So that which exists only one, but that one Brahman has the Visesham of Jiva and Jagat as his sariram. So Vishishtama onnu irukku. It is called Visishtadvaita. And nobody could deny that. Na? And everybody was silenced. And then slowly Bhakti started sprouting again. And he showed a wonderful path with complete foundation of philosophy and Tattvam to do Vasudeva Bhakti, Narayana Bhakti. And I'll quickly tell you what are his tenets here. He said, all Brahmamayam, I also agree, Advaitis also agree. But then that Brahman is not just Brahman per se, it has the Visesham of Prakriti, and Purusha means Jiva. So Prakriti, Purusha, Visesha, Visishta, Brahman. And that Brahman is one. Yes, there is nothing else but Brahman with these two qualities of qualified with Purusha and Jagat as its body. So Purusham Satyam, Jagat Satyam, Jivan Satyam. It appears and disappears. Don't say it is untrue. You can say it manifests and then it unmanifests. And the question he asked all the Advaitis, do you accept that this Vyavaharikam here? Do you accept this universe is Vyavaharikam? Yes. Do you accept the universe is created? Some Advaitis, most of them said yes. Do you think it will be created again? He said yes. Then he asked, in the next cycle of creation, between today's evening and tomorrow's morning, there has to be the karma of all the jivas to start another cycle. Now, who remembers all these karmas during Pralayam? If nothing existed in Pralayam, Brahman was nirgunam in Pralayam, then how does he know which karma to whom he has to put? Oh, he had all that jnana. Once you say he has the knowledge of all the jivas, once you say all the jivas are subsiding him alone, obviously you are accepting that Saguna exists in all the three states of Pralayam, in sustenance and in dissolution also. If you say during that Mahapralayam, everything is Nirgunam, na? Another cycle of creation you can't explain at all. Where will that Brahman suddenly get the knowledge? It always had the knowledge. Where will all the jivas come? They were all with Bhagavan only. Where is the intelligence for creating the world? It was always with Bhagavan. Then you are coming to our Mata only. Na? You are coming to what is called as Visishtadvaita. That Jagat, which is manifested during sustenance, during Pralayam becomes unmanifested. Where does it go? Bhagavan, Vasudevan, all the jivas, Vichindraka, Kaustuba, and Sri, Vichindraka, Mahadbala, Bhakshastalam, and all the Tattva of the world, Jagat, Atthanin Kaila Vichindraka, Bhagavan. Adhanala that Paravasudeva, Vaikuntana, Satyam, Pralayatliyan, there is no destruction to Vaikuntha or Goloka or Saketa, etc. is what he established with the same Shruti. And he did a great fillip to the Bhakti Sampradaya all over the world. And in fact, most of the Bhakti Sampradayas owe their philosophy, they actually are inspired by the philosophy of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. Because he beautifully showed. They may say instead of Vasudeva, they may say Bhagavan Sri Krishna. But the basic philosophy of Visishtadvaita was absorbed by most of the Bhakti Sampradayas which happened in South or in the North later. Okay, that is the beauty of Visishtadvaita. That Brahman or the truth, Bhagavan, is constantly having the qualities, the Visesham of Jiva as his body and Jagat as his body. So he say, when you do this Sahasranamam, Pradhana Purusheshwaraha, Pradhanamna Jagat. Purusha means Jivas. He is the Ishvara of these two, which means he is the one who controls these two. He brought a wonderful bridge. When you attain Vaikuntha, that Bhagavan Vasudeva gives you whatever joy he has is given to you also for both. Like a father gives all the property to his son. Only two things Bhagavan does not allow us more as a, it is less of a headache for us. One is Jagat Vyapara Varjanam. Bhagavan does not, even if you go to Vaikuntham, he says, can you take care of this universe a little bit for me, Panamatana? That only he has. And Sri Patitvam, only these two is exclusive to Bhagavan. But once we go to Vaikuntha or Goloka, Bhagavan gives us all his form. He gives us his form, he gives us his Ananda, he gives us his beauty, he gives us his splendor, everything he gives except these two. And when you go to Vaikuntha, my Ananda and your Ananda are not different. Only up there is all difference. The moment we are Muktasana, everybody's in the same state of Anandam there. Distinct, but in the same state of Ananda. That is the beauty of, there is no Bedam between Jivas in Vaikuntha is what I'm saying. And Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Bhagavan is Amsi and we are the Amsa. And Prakriti is the Shakti, Bhagavan is the Shaktiman. Jagat is the Karyam, Bhagavan is the Karanam. So with all this, he is Visishtam Advaitam. He is one and only one, including Jivas and Jagat together as a composite, he is one. So when people say only one existed, sa ekaha vinirkena, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya said, if somebody says the king came, king won't come alone. Along with him, his bodyguards will come. People fanning him will come. His car will come. All that will come anyway. So when you say only one existed in Pralayam, that one, along with all the Muktas, along with all the Nityas in Vaikuntham, that is the composite one which Vedam is talking about, he interpreted. And so Visishtadvaitam came into being. And these are the 5 important truths in the philosophy of Visishtadvaita. It is called Artha Panchakam, written by 2 great Mahatmas. One great Mahatma is Pillai Lokacharya. The second great Mahatma you all know is Vedanta Deksha Swami, also wrote Artha Panchakam. And here the first thing we need to know is who are we to understand our Swarupam, Jiva Swarupam, and I'll tell you our relationship with Bhagavan. Who is the Lord? Paraswarupam or Paramatma Swarupam. And what is our goal? Finally, what are the ways to attain the goal? Upayam. And to supplement Utayam, you have the 5th one called, what are the hindrances in attaining our goal? It's called Virodhi Swarupa. You need to understand these 5 to actually progress in the path of Bhakti and Sharanagati to attain Bhagavan's eternal joyful realm of Vaikuntham. And so here the 5 things. Who am I? I am Amsa of Bhagavan. I Jiva Swarupa. Paramatma, there are 5 states of Paramatma. It's called Param, which is Vaikuntham. And then you have Vyuham, which is Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Shankarshana. And then you have what is called as Vibhavam, which is the various avatars Bhagavan has taken, Rama, Krishna, Adi, Narasimha, the avatara. The 4th one is called Antaryami, which is what is the inner dweller. And Vyuham is also called Parkadal. Angada, you have this Bhagavan's office, the work of the cosmology, etc., starts from Parkadal, or the Milky Ocean as they call it. And finally, he is also in all the Archavataras. You see, that's why Visishtadvaitam takes 2 important sources of Pramana. One is obviously a Vedic source, which is the Vedas given by the Rishis, which is the Swarupa of Bhagavan's intelligence itself. And the next Pramana they take is the wonderful works of all the Alvars, the 12 Alvars. It is written in Dravida Bhasha, Tamil, which is the 4,000 Pasurams, etc. And both together show the Lord in all the 5 states. Alvars, some Alvars have sung about Param, which is Vaikuntha. Some Alvars have sung Shirabdi. Some Alvars have sung Rama, Krishna, Hari, etc. Some Alvars have sung Archavadara. So almost all Alvars have sung Archavadara. Archavadarana, the deity in the temple. You see, that is the beauty of Bhakti Sampradayas. We don't look at it as a pratikam. We don't look at it as a symbol. It is Bhagavan in form of a deity in a temple. He is no different from divinity. And that is the conviction. And then what is the goal? Purushartha is 5 Purusharthas are there. First is Dharma, which means to lead a life of values. Dharma, as per our Shastras. And then Artham is obviously Artham, being prosperous, etc. Kamam, all the desires, fulfillment of desires. Moksham, is the complete cessation of the misery of samsara. So these are the 4 Purusharthas generally shown, but our Bhagavad Ramanujacharya showed another lovely Purushartha apart from the 4. It is called, whether I am liberated or not, the immense love I have for Narayana, Panchama Purushartha. The Bhakti Anubhavam is something which he has separately shown as a 5th Purushartha almost, you see, which is in line with the 4th one called Moksha, but it's even more joyful. But then he goes one step even further. That joy of bhakti, can you imagine that deep nectar? Amrita Swarupa cha. Our Narada Maharshi says that bhakti or the prema is anirvachaniya prema swarupa. Amrita Swarupa cha. And trupto bhavati. The one who gets that love becomes very tripti with all the worldly things, but he is never tripti with the love. He wants more and more of that divine love. So it is seen even a step above moksha. When this itself is so amritamayam, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya goes one step further. The maturity of love is not even relishing the premanubhavam, but actually channelizing that love in form of eternal seva, kainkaryam, you say. And that is the reason why in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, kainkaryam. So I don't care about dharma, artha, kama, moksha, even premanubhavam, let it be there, kainkaryam. You find that in all sampradayas, the kainkarya aspect of it. Like our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is talking about Krishna Prema, but when he had to serve his guru, Ishwarapuri Maharaj, when he came home for Bhiksha, Mahaprabhu was in a state of highest Prema Anubhava. But suddenly the moment he said he has Guru Kainkaryam, gone everything. Mahaprabhu said, Papa, all this is great. When it comes to Guru Kainkaryam, I'm ready to bundle even my Prema Anubhava. That is the highest state one can ever aspire for. It's the greatest fortune, he says. Like that, Bhagavad Ramanujacharya, in one of his prayers, a great Sri Vaishnava senior Mahatma, he has explained the Gadhyams in a very beautiful way where he is praying to Ranganatha Swami, let me be filled with your prema. And if that prema comes in the way of my serving you, I don't even want that prema. It's Kainkaryathali has taken it to its peak. Kainkaryam Purushartha. What are the ways to attain the goal? There are many ways, and one of the most important way is what is called as Bhakti Yoga, where we do a lot of efforts to attain Bhagavan by Karma Yoga, Bhakti, etc. And better than that is what is called as Sarvadharman Paridhyajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Knowing that I am not capable of doing Bhakti Yoga, I am not capable of doing Karma, I am not capable of even the purity to do Karma. So I go and completely surrender to Bhagavan, saying Narayanane Namakke Varaiduruvan. Only you have to relieve me from this misery in Sharanagati or Prapatti. And then there are 2 types of Prapatti, calm Prapatti and crying Prapatti, Artha Prapatti, Apun Tripta Prapatti. When Prapatti means surrender. Normal surrender is whenever Bhagavan wants to take me, let him take him. Artha Prapatti, and as if my head is burning, I want immediately relief from samsara. That is the upayam. The greater upayam than all that is what is called Acharya Abhimana Patram. If we somehow strive to get our Guru's kripa on us, or Guru out of his own sweet will has tremendous kripa on us, he will mediate and ensure that we get that state in Vaikuntham. Acharya Abhimanam, even greater than Prapatti, is Acharya Abhimanam. That's why it is said, Chintamanir Lokasukam, Suradruhu Swarga Sampadam, Prayachati Guru Prito Vaikuntham Yogi Durlabhamna. Don't think only this yogi, even Bhakti Yogi Durlabham, you say. And so even people who do Prapatti, if they have a little problem in Prapatti, we don't know. Bhagavan will anyway out of his kripa take. But Prayachati Guru Prito na 100%. Reserved seat. Acharya Abhiman. And that is the upayam, or the ways to attain the goal. If it is in a Sat Sampradaya, you don't have to worry at all. Once we do Prapatti to an Acharyan, Kalakshepam is Kainkaryam. Kalakshepam is do Sri Sukti Shravanam, Ragasyatrayasrara Kalakshepam. Or you sit down and listen to the various wonderful 4,000 verses of Alvars and constantly do Chintana of Bhagavan, Tattenu Kampamna Kalakshepam. So do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Always think about the Kripa of Bhagavan
And this is what is called as kalakshepam after prapatti. Because after prapatti, we have to live the prapatti. Na? Prapatti, na, it's not an act. Na? It is way, it's how I live. Constantly surrender. Surrender is not just a one-time activity, it's a trigger. And this principle of surrender is from there. I constantly remind myself, I don't belong to this world. I belong to Bhagavan.
And then this is very interesting. And generally in Visishtadvaita, there are 9 types of relationships. Acharya Manusha. First relationship is Jiva is the son, Bhagavan is the father. Son and father relationship. Or cause and effect. Bhagavan, I am there. He is the one who is holding me. I am the one who needs to be saved, and Bhagavan is the savior. Poshaka relationship. And then he is the owner. I am the owned. Swami and Swat Illana. This is what is called Seshan and Seshi. I am the Seshan, Bhagavan is Seshi. Seshan, I am the one who is owned by him. And then you have Bharta and the wife and husband relationship, Bharya Bharta relationship. And knower and the object of knowledge. I have Jnana as my property. As a guna, I have Jnana. I'm capable of knowing. And what needs to be known? Only Bhagavan needs to be known. You see? So, knower and object of knowledge relationship. Is the property and owner. Swat, Swami. I am the Swat, he is the Swami. And then body and the embodier. I am the body and he is my Antaratma. Abindra, or Sarira, Sariri Bhavam. And finally, I am the one who is supported by the supporter, which is Bhagavan. Adara Adeya Bhavam. And I am the Bhogam, he is the Bhokta. So this is the relationship. We have 9 forms of relationship, which is the complete relationship of a Jiva with Bhagavan, Ramapati. Of all this, the most important underlying principle of Visishtadvaitam is that the Jivas are the Sariram and Bhagavan is the Sariri. Then he also said, since one of the relationship is between a husband and a wife, your love towards Narayana has to be one-pointed. For you to attain the highest state, there is no need, and you should not also worship any other deity. A husband will forbear, tolerate any of the idiosyncrasies of the wife, except not being faithful to the husband. She may be, a little bit lack in something, all that the husband will bear. But if she is not faithful to the husband, he won't bear. Na? So use that Siddhanta to say, just like how we celebrate Pativrata Dharma, or the chasticity of a husband to the wife and a wife to the husband as something, as a quality, we don't call it narrow-mindedness, do we? So respect all the deities, no problem. Worship only Narayana. This is what is Visishtadvaita. It is not narrow-mindedness. It is that one-pointedness, because you can give your heart only to one person. You can give your heart to only one deity. You can truly love only one. Then realize that one is everything. You see? And that's why Jadabharata, even though he did Indra's yajna, he said, this Indra, I am offering this oblation. That Indra, who is the hand of the Paravasudeva, I am giving this oblation to that Indra. Because Indra in the Virat Purusha is the hand of Vasudeva. So he is not worshipping Indra for the sake of worshipping Indra. He is worshipping Indra because Shastra says so, and is looking at Indra as a part of Bhagavan's hand. Devata of that. And this is Visishtadvaitam. And then our Bhagavad Ramanujacharya did not look at any division of community, birth, region, religion. Everybody was included. As Jiva is a Jiva, so there is no difference between people. So he included everybody in the path of worship. And he ensured that everybody got a chance and opportunity to be associated with Bhagavan. And he ensured all the Vishnu temples were worshipped by dedicated Vaishnavas so that bhakti and worship can be done properly. And then he gave thousands Vaishnava Diksha so that they were all elevated to get the highest state of Vaikunta. He also included the Pradesha Bhasha, the local language, including Tamil, in worship. It was a big revolution 1000 years back. Tremendous compassion. And he made everybody easy because Prapatti was an easy margam. And he showed the path of Prapatti or surrender to everybody to attain Vaikunta. So generally, people who are following Visishtadvaitam has what is called as a Pancha Samskara. And the 5 samskaras, they actually get a mantra upadesham, mantra diksha, yajnam, and they also have urdhva pundram. They have their sign to be applied, Thiruman. And then they also have a dasa namam, and they always need to be doing kainkaryam and the chinna mudra, sanka chakra mudra yoda. And they are supposed to spend their time serving either a Divyadesa Perumal or a Acharya or a Bhagavata. for the rest of their life until they go to where they need to actually go by the kripa of their Acharya and Bhagavan, which is Vaikuntha. And this is what is, in short, our Visishtadvaita Siddhanta. It is very big. There are a lot of subsects there. We are trying to show the amount of work, the amount of beauty, the amount of uniqueness in each of these paths. And the Acharya Purushas, who were the progenitors of this path, who were people who have been a Stapaka Acharya, all are divine people. They are all, if you ask me, they are no different from Bhagavan, you see. And they have shown a lovely path. And it was as per the will of Krishna that they showed this path.